Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to 99, Chapter 3. So, I just came back from the gym and I am actually in Malaysia right now. My voice and the game volume might not necessarily be the best because I'm using a headset microphone and I'm also listening to the music and the game on my headset. And I'm using my laptop. But yeah, I'm still in Malaysia and I will still be here for about 3 more days. Yeah, more or less 3 more days, I'd say. I'm still gonna be going to the gym. I'm also gonna be going to a lot of other places, and I might not necessarily be able to record as much. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish this episode right here. This episode might be fragmented. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. Like, I might have to stop recording and then after that I will be able to record again. So this single episode might be recorded in multiple sessions, which is usually not what I typically do, right, on my usual recording schedule. But since I'm out and about right now, I'm trying to make use of my free time as much as possible. So it is a Sunday right now, and I usually don't record on Sundays. But as I said, I'm out of the country, and I will be recording as much as I can when I'm here. Which is, I have some free time right now. So enough about that. Let's actually do the last episode recap, shall we? Let me try to remember what happened on the last episode. So on the last episode, I believe we went to meet up with who was it? With Ghost and also Ginsan, right? We were trying to bond, and also Ginsan was trying to give us a code name. But of course, it was mostly us being cautious and them actually being cautious, even though the scene was actually quite humorous, right? And after that, at the next scene, we saw that who was it? I forgot who actually attacked first. Oh, sorry about that. I hope you guys didn't see the above text, or not text, but the menu there. I'm really trying to remember what the heck happened on the last episode, but since I'm not at my house right now, it's kind of difficult for me to to memorize or remember what the hell happened. I remember we had to fight them, right? I remember that Takeru got one punch by Ginsan, and then he was down for the count. And everyone else also did not even get to do anything. And yeah, overall, we were weak. Wait, oh, I remember now. The reason why we got attacked, or the reason why everyone was being so aggressive, was that we met up with Yoichi, and Yoichi turned out to be the evil eye user. So I still have no idea at this point whether or not Yoichi is the evil eye user, well, Takeru seems to say that he is the one that has the artifact, so I'm inclined to believe him, because if what Sophie is saying is true, then Kakeru is the owner of this artifact called Overlord or whatever, which is a pretty OP artifact and skill. So yeah, we confronted Yoichi. Yoichi was able to see Sophie. He admitted that he was the evil eye user, and Ghost and also Ginsan proceeded to, what's the word I'm looking for? Emerge? I guess emerge fits in that sentence, right? They basically got together, and yeah, they're the big baddies, it seems like. We also got together, of course, with Kujo, Sora, and also Noah. And as I said, we got really demolished. And Kakeru was just sad that he lost the best friend, even though he is one of those people that never really truly has best friends or whatever, right? And I believe after that is when we got consoled by Haruka senpai. And during that Haruka senpai scene, we found a really weird Satsuki, which she says she is being controlled by Iris, or she said that she's Iris. I'm assuming her body is being controlled, but we don't know. And I guess we'll see what happens. Do tell me, by the way, if my voice is a bit too loud. I'm actually taking a look at OBS right now while I'm recording. And because I don't have a separate screen, it's really hard to monitor like my voice levels and whatnot. So hopefully I'm not peaking or anything, okay? So alright, without further ado, let's actually continue the story. And let's see what's gonna happen. This is exactly the day after we met up with Iris and we got the flashback talking about how we should be very suspicious of Sophie. And we're gonna be talking to Haruka, I believe, to talk about what happened on the previous day, which is about Iris. Yawning, I head to our meeting point. Sorry guys. Taking a short nap was a mistake. Now I feel even more tired than before. Maybe I'll be able to focus after I eat something. I stifle a second yawn when I spot Senpai. She sees me as well and flashes me a smile. She's in her other personality? Give me a sec, guys. I actually gotta pause real quick because my sister's messaging me. This is gonna be the case with this episode, guys. I am very sorry. I'm really trying to make this episode work, though. I really want to see whether or not I can actually make an episode while I'm out and about. So give me 1 second. Hello, and I'm back. So yeah, from my last pause, this actually has been 2 days, guys. You guys wouldn't notice it, so no need to worry, but yeah, from the last pause, it's actually been 2 days. I actually did not have a lot of free time at all when I was starting that first recording session, since my sister wanted me to just meet up with her instantly, and yesterday, there's really just no time at all for me to record. Whew. Today though, after I was done with the gym, I said that my legs are actually hurting quite a bit. I kid you not, my left leg, I think it's because I put a lot more force on my left leg when I'm standing and also walking. It actually hurts quite a bit. We've been walking about, I don't know, 25,000 steps a day for the past 3 days now, so I actually was walking a lot more when I was in Japan, about 50,000 steps a day, but I wasn't going to the gym back then just yet, so I assume, since I'm also not really wearing any shoes that are designed for walking long distances, my, like, you know, just the ankle and also the sole of my foot is just not doing well, because, you know, from overuse injury and whatnot. But okay, enough about me talking about my day. Or, you know, not my day, the last 2 days that I've been recapping. We were supposed to be talking to Haruka here about Miss Naruse. And the fact that Haruka is in her second form, or her second personality, is kind of weirding Takeru out. Okay, she probably wants to go on a date, doesn't she?
Sophie-san は休めとおっしゃったのでしょ？
まあ、はいですね。
では、しっかりと休みませんと。
でも昨日のことって。
もちろん、そちらも大事ですが。
She grasps my arm and pulls it close.
今
は。はい。
温泉です。
Ah, so this is gonna be a hot spring episode? This is so weird.
はい。
この近くに温泉があるのはご存知でして？
I hope I don't have to censor everything just yet. This is the 4th episode though, and we might actually get an H scene.
ああ、いえ。ん？
今からそちらへ。
ああ、はい。
I'm actually having OBS on my second screen now, guys. My sister brought herself a second monitor that I didn't know about, and I just plugged it to my laptop, and that's been pretty good. Before, I wasn't really using the TV or the second monitor because, you know, like, I actually forgot my HDMI cable too. But my sister thankfully brought, like, multiple HDMIs and stuff. So I can monitor what the hell the noise levels are, along with when there's something that's going on with the recording. If there's anything, you know, not going correctly.
いや、なんで？
うちにも聞くそうですよ。
She gently caresses my stomach. Ah, I see it. I see now. Soaking in a hot spring doesn't sound too bad, honestly. Actually, wait, what?
なんか急っすね。
先ほど思いついたばかりですから。
いつもの先輩じゃなくて今の先輩の思いつき？
いいえ、思いついたのはあの子ですよ。とにかく。
This time, Senpai caresses my chest.
休息ですわ、かける様。今日だけは全てを忘れて楽しみましょう。
はい、わかりました。
では。
Senpai tugs on my arm, leading me into the station.
あ、タオルとかって？
大丈夫ですわ。レンタルできますから。浴衣も貸してもらえるそうですの。私、楽しみで。
Senpai smiles cheerfully. I noticed this yesterday, but she really enjoys looking after me, huh? I feel a bit bad about burdening her, but I guess for now, I'll lean on her like she asked. I cannot hear myself when I'm listening to the... Or, sorry, I can't hear myself when I'm talking to the mic, by the way. These headphones have latency whenever I talk to the mic when I'm monitoring them, unlike my usual setup at my house. So that's why I turned them off in the first place, since they actually just bother me. So excuse me if I actually talk way too loud or way too low, guys. I shouldn't be talking too low though, since I think I'm going a bit red on OBS. Hopefully I'm not clipping at least. We ride the train in the opposite direction from Senpai and my parents' houses for a dozen minutes or so. We get off 3 stops away. From there, our destination is within walking distance. Within a few minutes, I can see the hot spring in the distance.
こんなのあったんですね。知らなかった。
確かできたのは2年前だったでしょうか。ずっと来たかったのですが、なかなか機会がなくて。ささ、かける様。
Senpai excitedly tugs on my arm, leading me inside. I don't know what the hell Kakeru said there about a hot spring in Japanese, but I thought that hot springs are supposed to be onsen. We pay for the day and pick up our wristbands and locker keys.
ではかける様、また後ほど。
はい。
After picking out our rental yukatas, we head to our respective changing rooms. I find my assigned locker and put my things away. As I'm undressing, I suddenly realize something. I'm at a hot spring with Senpai. This is totally a date, isn't it? Doing my best to temper my rising expectations, I put on my yukata and leave the changing room. While I'm waiting for Senpai to come out, I absently stare at an advertisement pasted to the wall. Apparently, there are live comedy shows in the main hall here every Saturday. There is also a section of the building dedicated to festival minigames. So this is more of a full-blown amusement park than just a hot spring.
お待たせいたしました。
Is she like naked right now? I'm taking a look at her sprite.
あ、はい。
では、早速お湯に浸かりましょうか。
はい、すね。はい、あっちかな。
いえ、混浴できるのは あちらですわね。
ああ、なるほど。
Alright, I saw this coming like a mile away.
混浴
Do I have to censor shit? Okay, okay. This is fine.
気持ちいいですわね。
This is technically fine, though you're showing a lot of skin. I don't know why your sprite showed that you weren't really, well, I guess now I know why, because you're clearly not covering your upper area.
ですね。
Senpai and I are sitting side by side, soaking in one of the pools. But only up to our ankles. The rest of our bodies are completely dry and clothed. When I heard there was a mixed bathing pool, I got excited, but I should have figured it was something like this. It's just a foot bath. Yeah, of course it is. There's no way there'd be a full-on nude mixed bathing in a family-friendly facility like this one.
何を期待されていました？
Senpai chuckles as she looks at my expression.
何のことです？
I try to play it cool, but the disappointment in my voice makes it obvious what I was hoping for. However, I still get to see Senpai in a yukata. Well, can you like cover your freaking chest though? Man, you can even see like the tiny like bits of meat before her armpits actually close. What the hell do you call those? I don't know. The top's open enough that I can see her cleavage, and she's pulled up the bottom so her thighs are visible as well. On second thought, isn't your yukata a bit too loose, senpai? Well, you won't see me complaining about it. I'm openly ogling her at this point, so there's no way senpai hasn't caught on to what I'm thinking. But she doesn't seem to mind. In fact, she's scooting closer to me, as if she's trying to show off her boobs. She's so bold, I'm actually feeling awkward about staring now.
かける様、
はい。
すべてを忘れてなどと申しましたが、なかなかそういうわけにはいかないでしょう。
Sorry, but I totally managed to forget. The only thing on my mind was your boobs.
ですから先に済ませてしまいましょう。大事なお話を。
I have a feeling she's actually playing us for fools right now. Senpai's voice drops an octave. Octave? Octave? How do you actually say this word? In Indonesian, you just call it octave. Octave? There you go, octave. But I don't know how you actually pronounce this in English. Octave? Octave? I don't know. And I banished the stupid thoughts about tits from my mind.
イーリスのことですね。
Senpai nods.
果たして彼女は本物の神なのか、そもそもなぜ私どもに接触したのか。
I can't believe she actually wants to talk about serious stuff while she's wearing something ridiculous like this.
今日か明日にでも確かめるべきだとそう思っておりました。ですが果たして先生は覚えていらっしゃるのか。
If she does, that's fine. But if she doesn't remember what happened while Iris was hijacking her body, then... hell, she might not even know Iris really exists.
ちょっと厄介なことになりますね。
ええ、最悪。何も知らない先生に全てお話ししなければいけなくなります。
それは避けたいですね。信じてくれてもくれなくても面倒なことになりそうだ。
相手は教師ですからね。危ないことをしていると私どもの家族にまで話が及んでしまい、行動を制限されることもあるかもしれません。
余市を探せなくなる。
迂闊に動けばそのような結果を招くこともなきにしもあらずですよね。
We were up against a cold-blooded killer. Honestly, part of me wants everyone else to sit back and stay safe. But I know all too well that I can't take Yuichi on alone. If we want to stop him, all of us are going to have to work as a team.
そうなると、あっちからの接触を待つのがいいのかもしれませんね。
私もそう思いました。それとどうされますか？ 他の皆さんには？
秘密にと言っていましたね。
ええ、その理由を明かしていただけなかったのが気になりますが。
ですね。だからこそ厄介なんですよね。
ひとまずは静観ですわね。
消極的な選択ですけど、それがいい気がします。
それがよろしいかと。大敗を喫した今だからこそ冷静でいなくては。
余一、
まだこの町に白水川にいるのでしょうか？
いますよ。そうじゃなかったら。
いえ、申し訳ありません。この話はよしましょう。とにかくイーリスさんのことはあちらからの接触を待つということでよろしいですか？
そうですね。さりげなく先生に探りを入れてみるのもありですが。
実行するとしても来週ですわね。
I actually don't remember what date this is, by the way. I assume it's something like during Golden Week. And I kid you not, guys, like I'm playing this on a laptop right now, and I gotta say, like laptops are definitely made to play visual novels. I have a 27-inch monitor for my PC, and whenever I play visual novels, it always seems like the monitor is just way too big. So a lot of the resolution is stretched out, right? But it looks really crisp on a 15-inch laptop, even though it's only 1080p.
そうですね。学校で。
承知しました。はい、真面目な話はおしまいです。
She claps her hands and grabs my arm. Okay, I thought she actually touched my dick. I can't tell if it's because she's wearing less clothing than usual or what, but her boobs feel even softer than usual. Wait, is she not wearing a bra? Whoa, 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 whoa! Man, it's kind of pathetic how she just has to press her tits against me, and my train of thought immediately goes off the rails.
そうでした。おしまいにする前にもう一つ。
はい。
ソフィーさんは休むとそうおっしゃってくださったのですよね。
Why is your other hand doing that shit, Haruka? Jesus.
ですね。
注意しろとのことですが、今のところ不利益を被るどころか非常に協力的に思います。
そうなんですよね。それについても今のところは何とも。
この場で結論を出せることではありませんか。失礼しました。今度こそおしまいといたしましょう。せっかく温泉に来たのですから、暗い話ばかりせずに楽しみませんとね。
Yes, yes, definitely enjoying myself right now. Senpai squeezes my arm, pressing her boobs harder against me. It's obvious this personality of Senpai's is doing this on purpose. The scary thing is, if she really wanted to, she could easily fan the flames of my lust until I lost control. Although I probably wouldn't actually lay a hand on her out in public like this. That being said, I'm still in a tough spot. This is most definitely not the situation I want to be in.
ちょっと。
Are you sure, Kakeru? I thought you liked these sort of situations.
はい。
離れて。
そろそろお昼ですが、お腹は空いてらっしゃいますか？
え？はい。
温泉から出たらお昼もこちらで取りましょう。天ぷらが美味しいそうですよ。
I have a feeling this is gonna lead to us maybe staying the night somewhere, most definitely. So I definitely think we are gonna be having an H scene on this episode.
天ぷら。はい、いいっすね。
And thankfully, I'm alone at the apartment, thank God. This would be super awkward if I was here with a lot of people.
お値段は少々割高ですが、せっかくですものね。とことんまで楽しみませんと。
いや、先輩。
はい。
ちょっと離れて。
かける様ご存知ですか？毎週お笑いライブが開催されているとか。
先輩、 スルーはひどいっす。
If you really didn't want to, Kakeru, you can definitely just, get out of that situation yourself. But clearly, you like the situation.
だって照れるかける様がとっても可愛らしいんですもの。意地悪もしたくなりますわ。
いつもの先輩に交代するご予定は？
かける様といる間はこのままです。
そうっすか。
あら、悲しいですわ。かける様は私のことが嫌いですのね。
いや、そんなことは。
では好きですか？どうですの？
それは。
Grinning mischievously, Senpai puts a finger to my lips.
冗談ですわ。その答えはふさわしい時、そしてふさわしい場所で聞かせていただきます。ああ、どうしてもとおっしゃるのなら今でも構いませんが。
勘弁してください。
お顔が真っ赤。
Let me actually test something, guys. So right now I'm wearing a headset, right? I wonder if I lower the music on my headset, does it actually lower for you guys? Let's see, right now it's at 18. I don't actually think it lowers for you guys, which is pretty nice. That means I can actually lower it for myself so that when the music is too loud, I can just lower it. But it doesn't affect the volume for you guys. She jokingly pokes my cheek. Senpai's usually so timid that this flirtatious version of her always catches me by surprise. A pure, inexperienced cherry boy like me has no way of keeping up with her banter.
そろそろ温泉入ります。
そうですわね。このままだと足だけがふやけてしまいそうですし。ですが。
ああ、先にお昼。
いいえ、もうしばらくこのままで。
え？
だってあからさまに逃げようとされているんですもの。だから。
I wonder if I myself would like someone who teases me like this. But here's the thing though, like, I'm the type of person that doesn't really get flustered like Kakeru. So I don't think people that has Haruka's personality, like this version of Haruka, would even be interested in someone like me in the first place, right? The reason why people tease someone in the first place is because they want to get a rise out of that person, right? They want to see the reaction that they're hoping for. And when the other party is someone like me who's not really, very reactive, I doubt that they'd be interested in someone like that.
もっといじめることにいたしました。
So I'm actually not sure. I personally don't mind being teased like this, but the problem is, I don't think people with this sort of personality type would want to do so with my personality anyway.
マジかよ。
まあひどいですわ、かける様。私のこと嫌いですのね。
いや、そんなことは。
では好きですの？
We're in a loop right now, Kakeru.
ほんと勘弁してください。
もっともっといじめたいところですが、ほどほどにしませんと本当に嫌われてしまいますわね。
そうっすね。ほどほどで、ほんとほどほどでお願いします。
かける様も先ほどから気にしていらっしゃると思うのですが。
はい。
実は私。
Not wearing a bra?
はい。
下着つけていませんの。
Okay, that's a bit more of a step up, I guess, but I kinda knew she was hinting at that.
はい。何笑ってるんすか。そういう冗談やめてくださいって。
あら、冗談に聞こえました？
いや、ほんと先輩、ほんと勘弁してください。ほんと
堂々といなしてくださればすぐにやめますのに。
無理っす。ほんと無理っす。これが精一杯っす。
あらあら。では怒られないうちにやめるといたしましょう。
助かっ
続きは温泉を出た後に。
先輩
Yeah, I'm so curious whether or not I would like someone like Haruka. Maybe I would? I don't know. In the end, we never actually soaked in the hot spring. It's a shame I didn't get a chance to see what she looks like in a damp yukata, but I guess it's not that big a deal. Besides, I'm pretty sure the main reason she invited me was because she wanted to talk, not take a dip in the hot spring. Since we came here together, it would have been a waste to split up just to soak for a bit. Senpai said as much, and honestly, I agree. After our foot bath, we had a luxurious lunch and then left. How much is that lunch, Kakeru?
今日は本当にありがとうございました。
I'm actually surprised we're not gonna, you know, spend a whole day. But I actually appreciate this. Means that Haruka has some self-dignity. I bowed to Senpai, who disembarked from the train just to see me off.
昨日もそうでしたけど、おかげでかなりリフレッシュできたと思います。ありがとうございます。
いえいえ、温泉に行く口実に使わせていただいただけですので、どうかお気になさらず。
それでもありがとうございます。あともう一人のっていうか、いつもの先輩にもお礼を。
きっと照れて固まってしまうでしょうから、私が受け取っておきますわ。いつかあの子が他者の行為を素直に受け取ったり、余計なことだけでなく、言いたいことをちゃんと自分で言えるようになればいいのですが。
Sorry if you guys hear like a cluck cluck sometimes. I was actually trying to mute my mic, but because, you know, I wanted to cuff, but you're probably gonna hear something like this. Oh, that's actually not too bad. If I do it in one swift motion, you guys actually don't really hear too much of it.
今の先輩に頼らずですか。
Oh, sorry about that, Kakeru.
それはそれで寂しくはありますが。では、かける様、月曜日に学校で。
はい、学校で。
次こそ二人で入りましょうね。混浴。
Maybe in the next episode, okay?
混浴ですか。無理っすよ。ないですもん、この辺に。
Onyoku, okay. So that's a mixed bathing spot. Interesting.
ほら、あるじゃないですか。
Our house?
あ、どこです？
かける様のお部屋。
Ah, you can't get a rise out of me, sorry. I'm way too good at this.
次と言わず、これから一緒に入りますか？あの時の続きも。
勘弁してくださいって、本当。俺そういうの免疫ないんで。
では、今日も、そして明日も、お家でゆっくりと休まれて。
She back to her normal self? Senpai's smile suddenly vanishes. Her eyes go wide as she stares at something behind me. Her expression wooden.
先輩？
どうして？
Ah, her powers are probably diminishing. I turn around to see what Senpai's looking at. There are a few boys around her age standing in front of the convenience store. What? Is this gonna be her, like, elementary school trauma?
あいつらどうかしました？
同級生で。
同級生?
クラスメイトですか？
小学生の時。
小学生。
How does she know them instantly though? Like, a lot of people actually changed their physical appearance a lot from elementary school to high school. I finally realize why it is she looks so terrified. She told me about her past before. So those are the guys who...
先輩、早く。
I'm about to say hurry up and go home, but then I stop myself. I don't want to leave her alone when she's like this. I should find a nearby cafe. No, wait. If those guys happen to come in too, it'll be a disaster. For now, we should just get out of here.
先輩、行きましょう。
I grab her arm and start walking away without waiting for her reply. This was turning out to be such a good day, but now everything's suddenly ruined. I mean, I'm curious for sure about what the hell they actually did. Oh shit. There's actually one thing I forgot to do for you guys. You guys can still see my mouse, huh? It's actually something that I probably should have... There we go. Should have checked. Now you guys should not be seeing my monitor. Or sorry, my mouse. I couldn't think of anywhere where we'd be sure not to run into those guys again. So I ended up taking Senpai back to my place.
落ち着きました。
I actually thought she was saying why because her powers weren't working the way she wanted and that she turned into her other personality, you know, by mistake. She puts down the bottle of water in her hands and nods.
すみません、急に。
いえいえ、
I'm burning with curiosity, but this isn't the kind of thing I can ask about lightly. Before, Senpai told me she was bullied in elementary school. Those guys we saw back there were obviously the ones who had bullied her. Her complexion's gotten a little better now, but she was white as a sheet until a few minutes ago. When I tried talking to her, she was even less responsive than normal. She's obviously having flashbacks to her time in elementary school. This whole time she's been sitting curled up in a corner of my room. Those memories must be really traumatic for her. I can't just ask her, hey, what happened back there? I am probably someone who doesn't really have that much delicacy. I probably would have asked her that, Kakeru. I mean, you know, if she wanted to tell me, that's good. If she doesn't want to tell me, I'm gonna back off. But I would still ask her about it. But at the same time, I feel like it'd be wrong not to ask about her situation too. It's also possible that talking about it will help her feel better. Man, if Sora was here, she'd know what to say. Actually, hang on. Isn't it like super insensitive for a guy to bring a girl who's afraid of men to his room right after she ran into the guys who traumatized her? Did I just fuck up big time? Shit, I can't tell. What's the right thing to do here? Well, for now, let's just talk about something. The silence is getting oppressive.
体調どうですか？
はい、大丈夫です。
まだちょっと顔色悪いかな。なんか食べます？って言ってもろくなもんないですけど。なんか買ってきましょうか。アイスとか食べたくないです？
Tears spill from Senpai's eyes. Did I say something wrong? Or does this have nothing to do with me? After a few seconds of confused panic, I eventually settle for grabbing the tissue box and offering it to Senpai.
すみません。
She pulls a tissue out and wipes out her tears. She then takes another one and folds it neatly in half. She blows her nose. Did you calm down? I'm starting to realize she doesn't have a hairpin. I swear to goodness, guys. Don't all of these guys have some sort of hairpin or accessory? I know in a couple of episodes prior that I said that all of the main heroines have hairpins and whatnot. I don't see it on Haruka right now. Am I going crazy? She starts folding the tissue further with a relief look on her face. But then she stiffens when she sees me and averts her gaze.
すみません。完全に自分の部屋にいるつもりでした。不快な音を。
That's a natural occurrence. Everyone does that, Haruka. And yes, guys, you guys might not want to believe this, but girls do poop. Man, a lot of my otaku friends are so dumb back then. Like, there's like a stereotypical, what is it, like otaku typing that people say. are weird, and I kind of have to agree. It's the fact that, you know, they think that anime girls are, I don't know, they're a bit too precious or whatever. They put them on a pedestal, and I feel like I can understand that sort of feeling back when I was younger, but now I don't think I can. It's just I'm too much of a realist.
あ、いえいえ、ゴミ箱そっちです。
すみません。
Like, yeah, the girls, like the 2D girls don't poop thing. Like, come on. I mean, yeah, technically they don't poop, but if you were to try to apply that to the real world, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna say that girls don't poop? Like, what? Senpai throws the tissue away, looking even smaller than before. I guess bringing her to my room wasn't the wrong call, at least. Apparently, she's relaxed enough to think it's her own room. I'm a bit surprised by how loudly she can blow her nose, but now's probably not the time to bring that up.
本当にすみません。急に変になったり、泣き出したり。
大丈夫です。まあ、なんていうか、いろいろありますもんね。
話してもいいですか？
I guess Senpai noticed I was worrying about whether or not I should ask. If she wants to talk about it, then I have no reason to refuse. I sit up straight and nod.
気づいてると思いますけど、小学生の4年生から6年生までいじめられていて。
The BGM is actually called Fragments of Sora. I wonder why they didn't make a new BGM for each of the girls.
私をいじめていた一人がさっきいて、頭が真っ白になっちゃいました。
普段この辺りでは。
初めてです。初めて見ました。地元でも家が遠いから会うことはなくて、いそうな場所も避けるようにしていて、買い物もこっちまで出るようにしていて。
Okay, so she still knows the guy in middle school, so that's why she knows his physical traits. Wow, she was thorough. That guy must have hurt her really badly if she went to these lengths. I don't know him, but now I hate his guts.
別にそんなにひどいことをされたわけじゃないんです。上履きとか隠されたり、教科書やノートに落書きされたり。
I think boys, when they're younger, they actually do that to make the girl they like pay attention to them. I don't think he was doing it out of malice or anything. Especially in grade school, I doubt people in grade school are inherently very evil.
ブスって笑われたり、工作金が映るって逃げられたり。
Calm down, Kakeru. That's typical, like, child stuff. Come on, man. It's just one long list of the kinds of bullying elementary schoolers get up to. The fact that I can easily imagine it happening just pisses me off even more.
最初は河本くん、さっきいた人のことなんですけど、そのうちクラスの男子みんなからからかわれるようになって、女子からも言われるようになって。
Okay, that probably just means that he was an asshole, though. If he actually did like Haruka here, he probably would have stopped everyone else from trying to tease her. And only he wants to be the one to tease her, right? At least my kid brain would probably think in that sort of manner.
女子は慰めてくれる子もいたので、まだ大丈夫だったんですけど、それがきっかけで男子が怖くなっちゃって。中学も一緒ではあったんですけど、飽きたのかいじめはなくなってくれて。
Yeah, see, I don't think he was doing it out of malice, though, right?
それからできる限り目立たないように生きてきました。誰にも目をつけられないように、ひっそりこっそり生きてきました。
Senpai's words pierce my chest. If you think about it, that kid probably started teasing Senpai because he had a crush on her. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. They messed with her because they wanted to grab her attention. Then some of the other girls joined in because they were jealous of her. Oh, that might be true too? I don't know. Maybe? I don't know about girls' feelings all too much. Do girls actually get jealous that early, you know, in their in their age? They're like what, 10, 11? Maybe, I guess. I don't think when I was younger I ever really got jealous too much. It wasn't until I was in middle school where I started feeling like some sort of inferiority complex about people near me, because I was going to school, to a pretty prestigious school, and I was there from, like, my previous school wasn't really that prestigious, right? So the stark contrast of the difficulty in classes and tests are just insane. So I was pretty jealous about people's intellect. Not necessarily because of attention though. I think that was like so far off from my mind that I never really cared too much about it. The original cause of the bullying was probably just childish insecurity. That being said, bullying someone for 3 whole years is too much. Even if the bullying started with a crush, that's not something that can be forgiven. Besides, it's not like Senpai will feel any better knowing her bullies were acting on positive feelings instead of negative ones. Really, it's just sad. I guess Kakeru makes a good point. Just because he was doing it because he wants to get her attention doesn't give him, you know, the right to actually do something bad. At her core, Senpai is a bright and lively person. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and she loves expressing herself. If she hadn't been bullied, then she wouldn't... Someone actually trying to get into my room or something? There's actually like a crook sound effect that I'm hearing, but no one's actually... Give me a second. No? I'm actually opening my headset. No one's actually knocking on the door. Call me crazy, but I swear I hear something. Sorry about that, guys. If she hadn't been bullied, then she wouldn't be living her life trying to look as insignificant as possible while avoiding everyone's gazes. She'd be a normal, cheerful girl with a cute smile. If she had never been bullied, she wouldn't have retreated into her shell and become terrified of what waited outside of it. It's sad and it pisses me off. I want to bring back the real senpai. Maybe it's arrogant of me to think that, but I just feel like I have to help her.
Senpai.
You know what I notice about the 9-9 game so far? A lot of the things that happen in this game is not necessarily very big in scale, right? I mean, the supernatural powers thing is very big, but I'm talking about a lot of the situations aren't really that big in terms of scale. Like when we talk about traumatic experiences, you probably think about something like seeing a dead body, or maybe even, you know, killing your own parents. Stuff like that. Something that would really make you think like, oh shit, yeah, no wonder you actually got traumatized and whatnot. And I definitely have that same sort of mindset too, about how when you're traumatized by something, it's gotta be about something big. But I also gotta understand that not a lot of people have the same sort of mental fortitude as, you know, I do. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I have a really big mental fortitude or anything. I'm just a normal person. I just grow it by just experiencing situations that I'm clearly not fond of. Not because I want to, of course, but because because I had to get through it, right? So I don't know. It's just an interesting glance at looking at the minds of people who are not mentally as strong as I am. I don't know. Do I think that these people are weak? Not really, because I also still think that I'm weak. Is people that are weaker than me weak? Yeah, objectively, yeah, but I don't really want to consider them weak, right?
はい。
Sorry that I went on a tangent there. I don't know if that actually makes sense. In my head, it does.
俺は同じ経験をしていないから気持ちはわかるなんて言えないけど、できることが一つだけあります。
はい。
もしまたあいつや他に先輩をいじめたやつを見かけたり絡まれたりしたら俺を呼んでください。地元でもいいです。どこでも絶対駆けつけますから。俺を呼んでください。もう怯えなくていいです。俺が守りますよ。絶対。
Damn, Kakeru. You're kinda laid it on a bit too thick. Senpai stares at me, her mouth half open. Hang on. Wasn't that basically a confession? It kinda is. I feel like I said some pretty ridiculous things in the heat of the moment, but I don't want to take any of it back. Because those are my true feelings. I want to protect Senpai. I want to protect her from all the unreasonable unfairness of the world. I want to make it so she can smile without having to worry about anything. And how does she feel about it? She doesn't seem to be happy.
小学生の時、新見さんと一緒のクラスが良かったです。
Or maybe she is, but she doesn't want to show it too much? But why?
1年生まれるのが遅かったですね。
でも、今、会えて良かったです。ありがとうございます。嬉しいです。
Senpai smiles, wiping the tears from her eyes. Thank God, she's smiling. I internally breathe a sigh of relief.
新見さんは、本当に私の白馬の、
Akaba? She's still gonna say Oji, right? So Oji is prince. I don't know why the translation is trying to say knight in shining armor. But I guess that's a more normal term in English than it is in Japanese. Like, you know, knight in shining armor instead of prince in shining armor. Flustered, Senpai suddenly trails off.
すみません。言ったら絶対照れることを言いそうだったので、こらえました。
なるほど。
She already said knight in, so it's not hard to guess what the rest would have been. But I probably shouldn't point that out. Senpai always cuts herself off so suddenly, and I'm still getting used to it.
すみません。今日は新見さんに元気になってもらおうって誘ったのに、変な空気にしちゃって。
めっちゃ楽しかったですよ。実は足湯初めてだったんです。
よかった。私も元気をもらいました。ありがとうございます。
何かあったら遠慮なく言ってください。俺も困った時は先輩に相談します。
はい。
Smiling, Senpai nods. Thank God, she's back to her usual self. I'm glad I could help her out.
じゃあ、今度こそ帰ります。
駅まで送ります。
でも
送らせてください。
はい、お願いします。
Senpai smiles hesitantly and gets to her feet. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but she seems happy that I insisted. Senpai suddenly stops in the entryway.
忘れ物ですか？
いえ。
You good?
勘違いだったらごめんなさいなんですが。
はい。
お部屋に来たのはお風呂こうよく。
There's something wrong with you.
違います違います。そんな意図は全くないです。
ですよね。ごめんなさい。
Still like that facial expression she has. That mouth is ridiculous. Blushing, Senpai waves her arms wildly while awkwardly putting her shoes on.
お邪魔しました。
行きましょうか。
やっぱり一人で帰ります。
大丈夫ですか？
その新見さんが大丈夫じゃないことになりそうなので、主に私の妄想のせいで。
Come on, Kakeru. In for a penny, in for a pound. Come on. Man up.
お邪魔しました。失礼します。
God, you're such a... you're such a pussy, Kakeru. Senpai bows deeply, then runs out before I can stop her. I'm worried about her, but it'd probably be awkward if I chase after her now. Feeling conflicted, I head back to my room. I sit down on my bed and stare absently at the floor. Bullying, huh? I wonder if the reason why Senpai is so sensitive to the sadness of other people is because she's experienced so much of it herself. The kindness she showed me yesterday and today have done a lot to soothe the pain in my heart. I mean, people react differently, Kakeru. Like, everyone reacts differently to the same sort of situation. Like, yeah, maybe she does feel sad a lot and that's why she doesn't want other people to feel sad. But sometimes when you're like an evil villain, an antagonist, because you feel sad, you want everyone to feel the same sort of sadness as you do. I personally, I don't know. I don't want people to feel the same sort of feelings I do. I just want people to understand my perspective. That's all I ask about that's all the whole reason about why I'm like, you know, monologuing, I'm talking about stuff. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to rationalize just why I think about stuff in a certain way. Like because what's the word I'm looking for here? Inadvertently, I think that's the word I'm looking for. I'm showing you guys like a glimpse of what it is that I experience in life, right? By talking about my own perspective and whatnot. I want to do the same for her. However, I flop onto my bed and bury my head into my pillow. I'll protect you. I can't believe I said something so cliched. But now that I've said it, I've got to be true to my word. From now on, no matter what comes our way, I'll definitely protect you. I want to see the date. 5:02, so we are near Golden Week. The weekend ends and it's Monday again. So Golden Week, I believe, is about 3, 4, and 5. So since today's a Monday, even though it's being what's the word I'm looking for in English? In like Indonesian, it's called kejepit, which is basically you're being pincered by. Talking about pincer when I'm talking about days is so dumb, but that's the only word that's in my mind right now. But when you're pincered like that, right? When the days are pincered, you actually get an extra holiday because of that. I don't know whether or not that applies to Japan and whatnot. Yoichi hasn't made any moves for now. At least none that we're aware of. There haven't been any new cases of people being petrified in the news anyway. 2 days of rest did wonders for my injuries, but I still feel tense. Golden Week starts tomorrow. All of my classmates are excited about the upcoming holiday, but all I can think about is our upcoming confrontation. So they are not having a holiday today. Good to know. It's time for homeroom, our last period. School was relatively uneventful today. As expected, Yoichi didn't come to school. According to Kosaka senpai, Gin-san didn't come either. Both of them have obviously gone into hiding. Moreover,
そうだ。構成員は行動に集合だそうです。あとは
Miss Naruse is the same as always, lazily delivering today's announcements. She doesn't seem any different as far as I can tell. Does she really not remember that night? If so, how do we get in touch with Iris again? I guess I'll try talking to Miss Naruse after homeroom's over and see if I can learn anything. Typo? Well, I don't think that's necessarily wrong, it's just weird to say that. If she remembers everything, sweet. If not, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Worst case scenario, we just wait for Iris to contact us again.
はーい、連絡事項は以上。起立例は省略。気をつけて帰ってね。
Homeroom ends and the classroom suddenly gets a lot more lively. I get to my feet and start walking over to Miss Naruse.
新見くん。
But before I take more than a few steps, she calls out to me. Does this mean... I sling my bag over my shoulder and walk over to the podium. I can't think of any school-related reason she'd want to talk to me. Which means...
何ですか？
この後ちょっといい？
大丈夫ですけど。
神様のことでお話が。
Okay, so she does remember. Yes, she remembers. This is perfect. I still don't trust Iris, but now I can hear the details from Miss Naruse.
職員室ですか？
他の先生の前でっていうか生徒の前でも嫌だけど変な話するのはね。
ああ、そうですね。
Alright, let's go to the shrine.
っていうかさ、君連絡してきなさいよ。土日待ってたのに。
いや、先生覚えてないかもって思ってて。部活に話したら面倒なことになるなって。いや、
覚えてる。超覚えてる。
Okay, calm down.
なら連絡すればよかったっすね。また神様から声かけられるの待つべきかとか考えてました。
お互い待ってたわけね。まあいいや、今日話そう今日。
先生ん家行きましょうか。夜にでも。
うちに来られてもな。本当は私が新見くん家行けばいいんだけどね。誰もいないでしょ。
俺一人ですね。
でも仕事帰りに寄るのだるいから今済ませたいんだよね。
だるいっすか。
I figured she'd still be in shock over someone taking over her body, but she's as lackadaisical as ever. God, that word. Ugh, lackadaisical. That's a word? Okay, I don't know what the fuck you were on, translator, but you could have just used something a lot more simple. Lackluster, I guess?
とりあえず中庭で待っててくれる？すぐ行くから。
わかりました。
じゃあ後で。
She stacks the worksheets she collected together and walks out of the classroom. I begin to follow her out, but then I suddenly stop. I stare at Yuichi's empty desk. He's probably never going to come to school again. I turn my eyes away from his desk and leave the room. Those days when we fooled around without a care in the world will never return. I mean, if we go back in time for the fourth game...
まさか髪下ろししちゃうとはね。
Sorry that I interrupted you there, Satsuki. I'm surprised she's taking this in stride. In the end, we can't find a convenient private location. Or rather, Miss Naruse decided it was too much trouble to even try. So we're just talking in the middle of the courtyard. According to her, this won't take long, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
怪奇現象とか全然信じてないし、白蜜川の現象もある種の創作物として楽しんでいたんだけどね。
Even though that was what you wrote your thesis on?
こうなると信じざるを得ないね。
どういう経緯であんなことになったんですか？
ちょっと前から変な夢見るなって思っててね。で、一昨日だっけ？もう一日前か。白田様、イーリス様に話しかけられて。
じゃあ先生的にもあれが初めてだったんですか？その髪下ろし？そうそう。
ちょっと体貸してって言われたからオッケーって。
You're surprisingly very carefree.
軽っ！
興味あったし、どんな感じかな。
Miss Naruse smiles contentedly. And yes, that's actually a word because my friend told me it's right. She handed her body over to a god just to satisfy her curiosity? Damn, she's got balls.
アーティファクトとかユーザーとか聞いてますか？
その単語は初耳だけど言いたいことはわかるよ。新見くんもあと一緒にいた高坂さん3年生もあるんでしょ、超能力的な。
そうですね。あ、クイズはちょっと。
今までの私だったら鼻で笑ってるよ、この会話。
俺も最初は相当戸惑いました。
世の中不思議なことがあるもんだね。仁義に選ばれたんだってさ、私。
Okay, so you're also a user.
仁義。
Come to think of it, didn't Sophie say it's possible there's a piece of the relic in my body as well? Oh wait, what the hell? The relic's also inside her body? Or wait, was that one of the theories she said she disproved? Whatever, that's not important right now. The shrine's relic is actually the artifact called World's Eye. That means Miss Narse is a World's Eye user, just like Sophie. So she can see into other branches in the same way as Sophie. If so, our best bet might be to put our faith in Miss Narse. She did joke around about this in the second game when she was visiting with Haruka senpai, right? In Sora's route. But of course, we didn't really pay too much attention to that. Maybe I should have caught on that she wouldn't have jokes about stuff like that, huh?
で、話なんだけど。
あ、そうでした。すみません。俺ばっかり質問しちゃって。
まだ聞きたいことある？
あるっちゃありますね。
後にして仕事戻りたいから。
はい。
私からは一つだけ。
What a grown-up. Her smile disappears and her expression turns serious.
危ないことしてない？
してます。
うわぁ、バカ正直。
I mean, if I lie, wouldn't you have found out anyway because you know me for such a long time? Sighing, she gets to her feet.
聞きたかったのはそれだけ。やめろって言ってもやめられないだろうから言わないけど、私も無関係じゃいられないみたいだし、できることはするから無茶はしないようにね。
はい。わかりました。
即答しなかったのが気になるけど、まあいいか。後のことは神様に聞いてね。私じゃ答えられないし、神様に用があるときは連絡して準備しておくから。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
それじゃあね。ああ、こういうこともっと若い頃に怒ってくれたらな。はしゃげる年じゃないよ。
Gallivanting? And how old are you, Satsuki? You don't even look like you're 30 yet. She heads inside the school building, muttering to herself. We're not doing this for fun, you know. Well, I admit we were having some fun with our new powers in the beginning. But now...
お、びっくりした。
すみません。
Looking up, I see Kosaka-senpai standing in front of me. I gesture to the empty spot on the bench, and she hesitantly sits down next to me.
廊下から二人が話しているのが見えて。
大したことは話してないんですが、神様と話したいときは連絡くれって。
I still do think this sprite of her looking far off into space is actually really nice looking. I actually do think it's quite cute.
そうですか。先生はこの前のことちゃんと覚えているんですね。
大体のことは把握しているみたいです。
イーリスさんのことはまだ信用できるかわからないですけど。ごめんなさい。また余計なというか無神経なことを言いそうに。
大丈夫です。言ってください。
先生のことは信頼できるんでしょうか？
適当な人ですけどできますよ。昔からすごくお世話になってるんで。
昔から？
小さい時からの知り合いなんです。
あ、そうなんですね。
イーリスのことはともかく先生と協力できれば今よりもマシになりそうな気はします。
そうですか。
It's actually quite dangerous to assume stuff like that, but I actually do think that Satsuki's quite dependable from what we saw in, the second game. I don't think she was really up to anything funny.
2人だけじゃなくて3人だけの秘密。ちょっぴり残念。
What is that stupid, like... He was just like mashing the stupid keyboard with the same keys. Senpai suddenly cuts herself off, covering her face with her hands.
失言が多い。
気にしなくていいと思いますよ。もう。
もっと考えてから話すように努力します。
Do your best.
はい。
その今日これから集まりますよね、みんなで。
ああ、そうですね。ナインボールで。
イーリスさんのことは。
とりあえず先生がユーザーだったとだけ話しておきましょうか。
わかりました。あと思いついたんです、私。
何をです？
作戦です。うまくいけば探せると思います。新見さんのお友達。
マジっすか？
うまくいけばなんですけど。
どんな？いや、みんな集まった時に。
My phone buzzes and I hurriedly check my messages.
空からか。校門で待ってるから早く来いって。
私にも一緒に行きましょうって来てました。
じゃあ行きますか。
はい。
I can worry about whether we should trust Sophie or Iris later. Right now, I'm more interested in knowing what this plan of Senpai's is. Sora puts down her glass of water and looks at me in shock. We're at 9 ball, and we've already made our orders. I decided to tell everyone about Miss Naruse while we're waiting for our drinks to arrive. I figured I should get it out of the way first. I do feel a little guilty about not telling the whole truth, but I think it's the right call.
もしかしてホームルームの後に話してたのって。
そう、その話。この前分かったんだ。あまり話せず終わったから、そのうち改めて話そうって。
Oh, I don't think I mentioned this, but I actually finished Amayui for people that didn't watch that playthrough. And I gotta say, I still really love Pia's sort of personality. And yeah, playing the second game for 9-9 actually made me appreciate Pia a lot more because she did a very good job, like voice acting as Sora.
多分。
How much should I tell them? I guess mentioning her artifact should be fine.
先生のアーティファクトは神器だ。多分ソフィーと同じように世界の観測ができるはず。
つまり魔眼の能力者を探す上で力になってもらえるかもしれないということかしら。
そんな力があればだが、近いうちに先輩と確認しに行こうと思う。
先輩と？私も先生がユーザーだったって分かった時に一緒にいて。そういえば先週電車乗らずに戻っちゃいましたもんね。その件はごめんなさい。一緒に帰るはずだったのに。いやいや大丈夫っす。そっか。ミーニと一緒にいたのね。はい、ちょっと気になることがあったのでお話をと思って。ほほん。あ、飲み物来た。コーラこっちとそっちです。
The waiter places our drinks on the table. We sip our respective beverages for a bit before resuming the discussion.
そんなわけで先生のことは俺と先輩に任せてくれ。詳しく話を聞いてみて協力してもらえそうなら頼んでみる。
お願いします。さつきちゃんち行くの？
いやどうだろう。違うかもしれんけ
ど。今日？
先生の都合が良ければ今日かな。
何時くらい？さつきちゃん仕事終わるのいつだろう。帰って着替える時間あるかな。
ああ？ん？
なんだいその目は。
お前来るつもり？
Why?
来んなよ。
は？
任せてくれっつったろうがよ。来んなよ。
You just wanna go. You just gonna wanna go together with freaking Haruka, don't you, Kakeru? God damn it, this guy.
はあ、なんでだよ、はあ。
むしろなんで来たいんだよ。
いや、みんなで行けばいいじゃん。さつきちゃんも仲間なんでしょ。みんなで話をしに行こうよ。
その必要あります？
うわ、何こいつ仲間意識なさすぎでは。
Okay, maybe he might actually be wanting to keep the God thing a secret, which is why he doesn't want everyone else to come.
どこで会うにしてもこの人数で囲んじゃうのはちょっと迷惑になるかも。いや、いけるいける。さつきちゃんフレンドリーだから、賑やかなの大好きだから。
いや嫌いだろ。神社で祭りやるときうるさいって出かける人だぞ。賑やかなの大嫌いだろ。
Yeah, I don't know whether or not I hear anything right now, guys. I swear, there's actually some sort of like noise I'm hearing sometimes. Sorry about that again.
迷惑はともかく、面識のない私も同行すれば前置きが長くなる。効率を考えるなら全員で行く必要はない。
わあ、マジか。ゆうき先輩はともかく、いいんすか？みゃーこ先輩は本当にいいんすか？私も新見くんにお任せするのがいいのかなって思ってるけど。うわ、分かってねえなこの人。あれでしょ、先輩も行くんでしょ。いや、先輩、高坂先輩、ストローチューチューしてないで、レモンティーうまいみたいな顔してないで、マイペースか。え？あ、はい、一緒に、はい、行ければと思ってます。ほら、いいんすか、みゃーこ先輩。あ、ダメだ、全関係ヒロインだこの人。ピュアかよ。
何に腹を立ててるんだお前は。
私一緒に行かない方が。いや、いいっす、もういいっす。
禁止はしないけど、デリケートな問題をバルハラソサエティに持ち込まないでほしい。
Did we actually ever pay you for the parfait, Noah?
意外と結城先輩察しがいい。はーい、かき回すのやめまーす。
だから何なんだお前は。
いや、いいから。まあ単純になんで先輩と二人なのかは疑問だけど。
ああ、それは実は話していないことがある。先生に関して。
お、なんだ、秘密か？
なぜ隠すのか聞かせてもらいましょうか。
口止めされている。
誰に？
誰にかは今は言えない。というか言いたいんだが、言っていいのか迷ってる。
分かった。話さなくていい。
うわ、引き下がるの早っ。
悪い。少し時間をくれ。
気になるんだけど。
話すことで事態がどう転がるかわからない。そういうことなんでしょう。
ああ、そうなのか。
そっか。じゃあうかつに話せないね。
本当悪い。
I place my hands on the table and bow my head. I've been thinking about why Iris wants us to keep her existence a secret. My current prevailing theory is that she doesn't want Sophie knowing about her. If everyone knows about her, the chance of Sophie finding out increases. She probably wants to avoid that. Granted, Sophie's almost always observing us, so it's only a matter of time before she learns about Iris. In fact, she might already know everything. Either way, until I know for sure who to trust, I have to be careful about what information I divulge. If she is still monitoring Kakeru, she definitely should already know about this.
まあとにかくあれだ。話せないことに高坂先輩も関わってるから一緒に行くと。はい、皆さんがよろしければそうしたいと。
反対する理由はない。
私もお願いします。でもなんかあれだね、びっくりだけど納得だな。さつきちゃん白田つくも神社の巫女さんなわけでしょ。神器を受け継いできた家系なわけじゃん。じゃあ今回の騒動がある前から先生はユーザーだったのかな。かもしれないけど、自覚はなかったんじゃないかな。さつきちゃんどっちかっていうとそういうの信じてないタイプだし。
話した感じ、ほんとこの前気づいたみたいだな。ユーザーだったとしても無自覚だったと思う。
何にせよ戦力が増えるのは助かる。先生のことは2人に任せるから、私たちは魔眼の能力者捜索に全力を尽くしましょう。
そうですね。でもどうやって探せばいいんだろう。手当たり次第探すしかないっすかね。
Sora starts talking in the same moment Senpai does. She tenses up for a second, then looks down and falls silent. I totally now know how you feel. It's hard to find the right timing to jump into a conversation between a group of people. I have that problem all the time. However, now isn't the time to be indecisive. I raised my hand to grab everyone's attention.
ちょっといいか。
ええ。
先輩に作戦があるらしい。
あります。
聞かせて。
私の力は考えたことを現実にする力です。こうなったらいいなって思ったことが現実に起こります。
I forgot how convenient your powers are. God damn, that's overpowered.
改めて聞くとやばいっすね。チートじゃん。
Agreed.
でもその考えた通りじゃなくて、それに近い結果になったり過程がめちゃくちゃだったりもするんですが、とにかく絶対不可能なことじゃなければ大体のことは実現できると思うんです。
あなたの力で魔眼の能力者を見つけ出すということね。
はい、そうです。実際に見つけるのは難しいとは思うんです。
I'm not even sure if that's a good idea considering we are just so weak compared to Yoichi.
でもそれに近い結果、ヒントくらいは得られるかもしれないって。具体的にどうするんですか？例えば散歩していたら偶然会えたらいいなって、そういう風に考えてみたら。
うまくいけば実際に偶然会える。会えなくとも何らかの痕跡は見つけられる。
はいです。私の力ならそういうことができると思うんです。もう先輩一人いればいいじゃんってくらい便利な力っすな。でもちょっと燃費が悪くてすぐ疲れちゃうんです。実は朝の騒ぎの後もヘトヘトで、最近居眠り常習犯で。
Really? It takes that much of a toll on you.
あまり長い時間力を使えないとか。
はい、人格を変えるだけなら長持ちするんですけど、痕跡を見つけるってなるときっと休み休みになるので、かなり時間がかかっちゃうかも。
工夫が必要ね。彼が行きそうな場所を重点的に調べたり。
ニーニーどっか心当たりないの？
I was actually waiting for Noah to say something more, but that was actually a pretty short voice line.
いや、ないな。あいつの家もどこにあるのか知らないし。
いつもみんなと遊んでるイメージはあるけれど、一人でどこに行くのかは私も知らないよ。じゃあ司令官の方とか高坂先輩知らないです？アニメの聖地、神社によく行くって聞きましたけど、こんな時にさすがに行かないよね。
先生に住所聞いてみるか。教えてくれるかわかんねえけど。
一人を除いて制服を着ていた。あのままでは目立ちすぎるから着替えを取りに帰っているかもしれない。
そのまま普通に家にいたりして。
だったら楽なんだけどな。とりあえずできる限り情報を集めて、準備ができたら先輩に力を使ってもらう方向で。
Okay, so she's not gonna use it right now. That's good to know.
はい、頑張ります。なんだかすみません、先輩に頼りっぱなしで。そんな私こそ仲間にしてもらえて嬉しくて、頑張りたいので大丈夫です。
見つけ出すことができたら私たちの出番。次こそ遅れは取らない。
私も頑張ります。これはあれかな。私だけ完全に役立たずかな。
Don't worry, Sora. You weren't all that useless in the last game.
お前なんでここにいんの？
マジふざけんなよ。そこはかけろよ。優しい言葉かけろよ。
Sorry, Sora.
お前の力物とかにもかけられんの？自分だけ？
何？自分以外にもできるけど。
じゃあ石とかにかけて投げたらいいんじゃない？
What the fuck?
わ、地味。そんなのあり。いや、いいね。意外といいね、それ。今度あったら不可視の石ぶん投げたろ。
とにかく今は高坂さんの力に頼るしかない。後日改めて集合しましょう。時間に余裕のある日に彼らの痕跡を探す。
わかりました。先輩、よろしくお願いします。はい。さ、やっぱ高坂先輩の負担大きすぎない？さつきちゃんのことをニーにだけで言ったら？
確かにそうだな。役割分担的に不公平だな。
Oh, see? I knew she was wearing a hairpin. Yeah, see? Like, Haruka does wear a hairpin. She just wasn't using it when she was going to the hot spring.
いえ、一緒に行かせてください。負担なんて全然ないです。
I knew I wasn't crazy, guys.
私、こうやって仲間と一緒に頑張ること初めての経験で、今とても充実感があって。ごめんなさい。そんな状況じゃないですよね。不適切な発言でした。
いえ、頑張りましょう、共に。
はい。し、じゃあうまくいけばすぐにでもリベンジだね。
いいえ、まだ早い。探すのは痕跡だけ。
なんで？
また負けたいの？
Exactly. Sora shrinks back in the face of Noah's curt demeanor. Noah's got a point though. Even if we ran into them now, challenging them head on would end the same way it did last time.
リベンジの前に鍛えないとな。
そうだね。ちゃんと作戦も立てたいし。
猶予はないけれど焦らず確実に。次こそ彼らを仕留める。
結城先輩がリーダーでよかったね。超冷静、超頼りになる。
She's gonna enjoy that praise. Yup.
照れてらっしゃる。
照れてない。今日はここまでとしましょう。根を詰めすぎても仕方がない。
とりあえず俺は先生にメッセージ。あの人リングやってないんだ。メール送っとくか。今日話聞けるかな。
I used to be one of those guys that don't actually use a lot of social media, so people would really have a hard time contacting me. So yeah, I could definitely understand why some people choose not to do so. Not to have social media, I mean.
夜になりますよね。
どうすかね。ちょっと何時になるかわからないし、今日行けるかもわかんないし、一旦帰ってもらった方がいいかも。
はい。じゃあ、何時でもいいので呼んでください。すぐ行きます。
了解っす。
I pull out my phone and start composing an email. Thanks to Senpai, we'll most likely be able to find Yoichi. Now we just have to figure out how to stop him. I hope talking with Miss Narsa, or rather Iris, gives us some ideas. I'm also curious what Sophie's up to. I guess all I can do is pray everything works out in the meantime. Praying, huh? Not really what I'd do, Kakeru. Miss Narsa replies shortly after I get home. It looks like she's eager to talk to us too, since she says to meet with her tonight. In reality, I bet she just wants to get this out of the way ASAP so she can go back to lazing around. I text Senpai about the meeting, then eat dinner since there's still some time before I have to get going. After that, I zone out on my bed for a bit, then leave my room with time to spare. I'm actually very sleepy, guys. I've been kind of sleep deprived for the past 2 days since I had to go wake up at 6 o'clock and then I have to go to the gym before I have to walk everywhere with my sister. That's actually the reason why I have time right now at the apartment alone. I'm technically supposed to be sleeping, but I'm like, you know what? Before I sleep, I'm gonna make some recording. I'm gonna record a video. I don't know if I will do so again, like when I go with my sister, at least not when I'm like walking as much as I'm doing right now, but I still feel like making an episode while I'm out and about like this is still doable and possible, even though I'm not at my house. So yeah, this is like mostly a test run, this episode right here. I arrive at the train station just as Senpai's coming out of it. I'm glad I left early. I would have felt bad if I ended up making her wait for me again.
まだそんなに遅くはないですけど大丈夫でした？こんな時間に出かけるの。親とかに何か言われたり。
はい、大丈夫です。むしろ喜んでて。
Oh, she's not.
友達できてよかったねって。
She's not wearing her hairpin again.
Ah.
Unsure of how to respond, I end up laughing awkwardly. I wonder what Senpai's parents would think if they found out her new friend was getting her involved in something dangerous. I suddenly feel like apologizing to them.
その、新見さんこそ大丈夫でしたか?
Is there any significance to Haruka not wearing her hairpin?
何がです？
考えてみれば、確かに私いらなかったなって。先生と親しいわけでもないし、新見さん一人の方が良かったのかなって。ごめんなさい。私ちょっと舞い上がっているというか、はしゃぎすぎちゃってる気がします。
Hey, being enthusiastic is way better than just being glum all day.
いや、大丈夫ですよ。先輩結構頭の回転早いっていうか、起点が効くっていうか。
初めて言われました。むしろトロい方だと。
いやいや、本当に。俺がアホなことしたり言ったりすると、いつもさりげなくフォローしてくれますし、一緒にいてくれると助かります。俺がまたヘマしたらよろしくお願いしますね。
Oh, sorry about that.
先輩?
Look at that face.
もう少々発言には気をつけるべきですわね。
はい。
唐突に褒められたものですからフリーズしてしまいましたわ、あの子。
マジっすか。なんかすみません。
自分に自信がなさすぎるんです、あの子は。だからこそ私がいるのですが。
In the real world, that doesn't really work, Haruka. You have to actually make this sort of persona yourself. In the real world, I feel like someone like Haruka senpai would be... I don't know. A school librarian?
さあ、行きましょう、かける様。先生とイーリスさんが待っていますわ。
Like, her original personality really reminds me of that Shiori girl, I think that's her name, from The World God Only Knows. The one who doesn't really talk much. Not sure if you guys actually know that manga or anime. It's a really old one at this point. But But I read the manga back when I was still in middle school. I think it finished after, like, it was finished publishing, or the author finished working on it when I was in, like, high school, maybe early high school. Was a pretty decent love-com, like, manga, I say. Senpai casually wraps her arms around mine and leads me toward the shrine. There's no real point in pretending to be a couple anymore, but I'm enjoying this, so I guess there's no reason to stop. We walk slowly, but we still make it to our destination 3 minutes before the meeting time. I've been to the shrine dozens of times, but when I think about how I'm going to be talking to a god here, it suddenly all looks unfamiliar.
先生はどちらに？
拝殿に来てくれって言ってたんですが、人格そっちのままで大丈夫ですか？
ええ、もともと私に代わるつもりだったようですから。神様の前では気遅れして話せないだろうからと。
了解っす。じゃあ行きますか。
はい。
さすがに離れておきましょう。
ほら、残念。
Chuckling, Senpai releases me. To be honest, I also feel like it's a shame, but right now I've got to focus. I turn around and head toward the main building. The last time I went inside was during the festival, I think. I used to play in there all the time when I was a kid, so I know there's nothing to be afraid of, but let's do this. I exhale, releasing the pent-up tension in my muscles, and step inside. I mean, I've already seen the opening, so I can kind of see you using your Shrine Maiden outfit. Looks pretty good on her. Miss Narse is sitting in the middle of the room in her Shrine Maiden attire with her eyes closed. Well, that's unexpected. I figured she would casually greet me like usual. Then maybe we would have made small talk for a few minutes before she let Iris take over. Sadly, it seems Miss Narse had other plans. It's rare to see her acting like a proper Shrine Maiden. Frankly, it's kind of overwhelming. Rooted to the spot, I silently stare at Miss Naruse. Slowly, she opens her eyes. It's probably not Miss Naruse in there anymore.
お待ちしておりました。
いいです。
あ、まださつきちゃんです。
God damn it. Your eyes were sort of different, Satsuki.
あ、はい。そうっすか。
Well, there goes all my nervousness. Thanks. You probably did that on purpose. I guess even when she's acting like a Shrine Maiden, Miss Naruse is still Miss Naruse. At least this is helping me relax.
おいでおいで、適当に座って。小坂さんもいらっしゃい。お邪魔いたします。
Bowing, Senpai sits down in front of Miss Naruse. Still a little nonplussed, I take a seat next to Senpai.
どうしたんですか？その格好。
Because it looks nice? I don't know why though.
髪下ろしするわけだから気合い入れよっかなーって。家族にバレないように着替えるの大変だった。
You're so stupid, Satsuki.
とても可愛らしいです。ありがとう。普段いい加減な私も清楚に見えるよね。雰囲気出るっていうかそう聞こうと思ってたんだ。
何をです？
二人付き合ってるの？
いや。
はい。あ、やっぱそうなんだ。
Senpai, why'd you say that? Without any hesitation, too. The conversation moves on without me, and I lose my chance to set the record straight.
別に咎めたりしないけど、ほどほどにね。
Yeah, just give us a condom or something. I think that's what she said, right? When we were with Senpai in Sora's route.
ほどほどですか。何とは言わないけど。何とはですか。そう、何を何したりとか。承知しました。ほどほどにいたします。そうそう、ほどほどにいたしてね。
こんな場所で何下ネタ連発してるんですか？
二
通に会話してただけだけど、どこがどう下ネタに聞こえたの？やだ、新見くん不純。
We'll let this person become a teacher or a shrine maiden.
まあワイダンなんてどうでもいいんですよ。
言っちゃったよ、ワイダンって。
時間が時間だし、さっさと終わらせて。
どうしました？
Think she just got possessed, Kakaru.
ちょっと足崩して。
Oh.
待ってる間にしびれちゃった。
Satsuki,
はい。
why are you like this?
正座するんじゃなかった。
I'm serious. Who let this person become a shrine maiden? I feel like an idiot for being nervous now.
さてと、それじゃあ呼んじゃおっか、神様。
すぐに呼べるんですか？
そう。
え？
まあいけるでしょ。
大丈夫っす。あの人適当っすけど大丈夫っす。
おい、聞こえてるぞ。神の御子に対して不敬であるぞ、君たち。
すみません。
失礼しました。
まあ私もよく分かってないんだよね。何せ急だったから。でも多分こうやって呼びかければ。
She closes her eyes again. Silence fills the room. A few seconds later, Miss Narce's stigma starts to glow on her forehead. So that is a stigma? The relaxed atmosphere of a few minutes ago vanishes. Miss Narce and I both strain our backs at the same time. She lifts her face up. Her faint smile looks decidedly different from usual.
やはり会いに来てくださいましたね。
Why is this music playing? This is so weird sounding.
イーリスさんですか？
はい、私の名はイーリス。こちらの世界では白蛇様あるいは白蛇様と呼ばれているようですね。
I guess this is supposed to be some sort of holy music, but I just don't think this is the right music to play, to be honest. Everything from her style of speech to the tone of her voice is entirely unlike Miss Narce. I always figured gods were things of myths, but now we're staring right at one.
どうか楽になさってください。長い話になるでしょうから。
Senpai and I exchange glances. I relax my posture, but Senpai keeps her back ramrod straight, just like Iris. Ramrod? Ramrod? I don't know what the fuck that word means. Come on. Just say her back straight, damn you. Why do you need to put that stupid word there? Seemingly satisfied with Senpai's choice, Iris smiles in approval and gives her a little nod.
私に聞きたいこともあるでしょうが、まずはここまでの経緯を説明させてください。きっとその中にあなた方の求める答えもあるでしょうから。
はい。
では。
Iris' smile grows wider, and she begins her tale. Can you, abridge this? Unsurprisingly, she starts with the events of 1,000 years ago. Originally, our world and Iris' world were connected. Back then, Iris was close friends with Miss Narce's ancestors, so she made sure not to interfere in the affairs of our world too much. But things changed drastically when the people of Iris' world invented artifacts.
アーティファクトは人によって生み出された道具だったということでしょうか？
その通りです。それまでは魔術とでも言いましょうか、アーティファクトを用いず特別な力を振るう者たちが存在しました。しかし魔術の習得には長い時を要します。才能も必要です。
誰にでも魔術を使えるようにアーティファクトを開発した。
はい。ですが完成したアーティファクトは誰にでも扱えるものではありませんでした。
アーティファクトは主を自分で選ぶ。
その結果、多くのアーティファクトがこちらの世界へと流出してしまうことになりました。
That was when disaster struck. Just like how when artifacts started reappearing here a few weeks ago, the school nearly burned down. Or how Yuichi's going around killing people. The people who were swallowed up by their own powers caused a calamity in Shiromitsugawa. And it's the person sitting in front of us, Iris, who put an end to their rampage.
私はアーティファクトを回収した後、私が持つ世界の目の対となるもう一つの目をこちらの世界に残しました。
Okay, so that's why there's that relic here. So there's two.
対となる。
はい、目ですから。
Smiling, Iris points to her own eyes. So is that also true for the evil eye user?
世界の目は扉のアーティファクト。開くこともできれば閉じることもできる。それぞれの世界に目を置き、そのまぶたを閉じることでつながった2つの世界を隔絶したはずでした。
こっち側の世界の目が破損したせいで。
はい、片目が開いてしまいました。その隙間を縫って再びアーティファクトがこちらの世界に。すべて私の世界の不手際です。あなた方には迷惑ばかりかけてしまい心苦しい限りですが。
Yes, and how are you going to atone for this so-called, suffering that you caused?
私の願いも実はソフィーティアと一緒なんです。アーティファクトを回収するために力を貸してほしい。ただし平和的な手段で。それが私の願い、そしてあなた方に接触した理由です。
Peaceful methods, I don't think that's gonna work. That's being unrealistic.
消せませんわね。
Senpai mutters suddenly. Looking resolutely at Iris, she asks the question that's been on my mind as well.
1000年前のようになぜイーリスさん自身がこちらの世界に来て混乱を鎮めようとされないのでしょうか。あなたに比べれば我々などひよっこ以下でしょう。未熟にも程がありますわ。にもかかわらず我々を頼ろうとする。なぜでしょう。皆目わかりません。
1000年前も私はこちらの世界には来ていませんよ。正確には来ることができなかったでしょうか。
Okay, so you were also doing this?
ですが先ほどアーティファクトを回収したと。
はい、回収しました。今回のようにナルセの人間の体を借りて。
Okay. She places a hand on her, Miss Narcis's chest.
生物は世界の移動をすることができません。世界の目の力を用いても私自身が肉体を持ったままこちらの世界に移動することは叶わないのです。
Okay.
ですから魂だけ、私の同一存在である女性の体を借りて力を振るったのです。
同一存在。
互いの世界には魂の性質を同じくするものが存在します。こちらの世界では男性で、あちらの世界では女性かもしれません。ですが魂は同一なのです。
Okay.
かけるさんにもはるかさんにも別の世界には別のあなた方がいます。
Okay, this just got a bit more confusing. Okay.
そういった同じ魂を持つものを我々は同一存在と呼んでいます。
So what sort of person is my doppelganger in that world?
もしかして成瀬先生は。
お察しの通り、成瀬家には各世代に私の同一存在が生まれるようです。現世代ではこのサツキが私の同一存在となりますね。
同一存在であれば体を借りられるってわけですか。
はい、魂を同調させることで初めて可能となります。サツキ以外の体を借りることはできません。
なおさら解せません。同一存在がいないのであればまだしもちゃんといらっしゃいます。現に今まさに同調されています。
True.
なぜ自らのお力を振るわないのですか？
できないのです。
Why? For the first time, Iris's expression clouds over.
1000年の時が過ぎ、私の力も随分と弱くなってしまい、
She casts her gaze downward and squeezes her hands together.
昔ほどうまく同調できないのです。仮にできたとしても、昔のようにアーティファクトを扱うことは。
Oh, she was done. Sorry about that. I was waiting for her to say some more stuff. Why couldn't she just train Satsuki to use the artifact as well as she does?
誰かに頼らざるを得ないというわけですか。
情けないですが、その通りです。
She smiles weakly. I see. If we can believe everything Iris is saying, that would explain why Sophie is communicating with us through a stuffed animal. She can't physically cross over into this world either. Instead, she sent over an illusory body that she then took over by synchronizing to it like a resident. How does she send an illusory body? So, can everyone just do that? That's probably the irregular usage of her illusory body that she was referring to a while back. Just like Iris, she can't use her artifacts here because either she can't synchronize to her body perfectly, or the body itself is just too weak. Which is why she needs her help. But hang on a second.
世界の目は今ソフィーが持ってますよね。
はい、魔眼のアーティファクトも私のものでした。
でしたということは、
私では扱えなくなってしまい手放したのです。その判断は誤っていましたね。
ソフィーとは敵対しているんですか？
少々複雑ではありますが、そうですね、そう捉えていただいてもいいかもしれません。セフィロトのことは聞いていますね。
はい、アーティファクトを管理している組織と。
その通りです。二度と悲劇を起こさぬよう私が作った組織です。ですが、歴史ある組織の宿命とでも言いましょうか。
Well, I guess that's fair to say.
セフィロトに所属するすべての者の胸にかつての志が宿っているわけでは。
内部分裂でしょうか。
お恥ずかしながら、アーティファクトを管理するだけではなく、有効利用することで世界をより良い方向へ導くべきだ、そう主張する者たちが現れました。
I think that's a good idea.
ソフィーがそっち側ってことですか？
はい、ソフィーティアは回収したアーティファクトを私的に利用するつもりです。世界のためという大義名分を掲げて、故に渡すわけにはいきません。アーティファクトの乱用は必ず悲劇をもたらします。ですからどうかあなた方には。疲れた。
So Satsuki still has control even though she was like talking the whole time, like Iris, I mean. That came out of nowhere. For a second, Senpai and I just looked at her in her utter confusion. Iris lets out a languid sigh, her dignified expression vanishing. Or maybe this is how she's usually like.
ああ、もういいかしら。それっぽく話さなくても。
いや、え？
神様だからこういうキャラ望まれてるんだろうなって頑張ってみたんだけど、肩これはね、やっぱり柄じゃないわ。ああ、疲れた。
This is still Satsuki, right? I don't think Iris is gonna talk like this. Dumbfounded, Senpai and I watch as Iris casually rolls her shoulders and stretches her back. Is this really Iris? Well, if she is the doppelganger of Satsuki, I guess I can see them both being utterly similar, but she looks exactly like Miss Narse actually. Not the Vine at all. So this is Miss Narse's resident. It didn't really click with me at first, but now I feel like I get what Iris was talking about. She, is a lot like Miss Narse, that's for sure. I can see the similarities now.
そもそもどうして神様になっちゃったのかしらね。あの剣があるまではただの文通相手みたいな関係だったのに。
You're so 1,000 years old though.
それは助けていただいたことに恩義を感じてではありませんか。
助けたっていうか、アーティファクトが流出したのはこっちの不始末でしょ。そりゃ見て見ぬふりはしないわよ。まあでも悪い気はしないわね。あっちの世界じゃただの老害扱いだし。
What's a dotard?
流しちゃってましたけど、1000年くらい生きてるんですよね。
まあね。
不老不死ってことです？
不老だけど不死ではないわね。老化を止めてるだけ。
アーティファクトの、いえ、魔術によってでしょうか。
今時魔術なんて使わないわよ。アーティファクトの方が便利だから作ったの。不老のアーティファクトを。
Okay, but I thought the fact that artifacts choose their users means that you might not necessarily be able to use that artifact. But then again, there is a way to force an artifact to become yours, right? By ingesting it, so I guess she was able to do so.
ただ体は若くても魂はね、ずいぶん衰えちゃったわ。力を失うと同時に権力も取り上げられちゃって、ただのお飾りなのよ私、セフィロトの。だからソフィーティアみたいなのは勝手なことをする。おそらくソフィーティアの協力者はあなたや魔眼の子だけじゃない。ユーザーは街中にいるはずだから当然よね。相手によってやり方を変えているんでしょう。あなたたちには平和的に友好的に、魔眼の子には破壊衝動を煽るように。そうやって他人を利用してアーティファクトを我が物とする。もう私もあなたたちを利用しようとしているからとにかく言えないけれど。
イーリスさんとしてはアーティファクトを私的に利用しようとする勢力の台頭を許容できないというわけですね。
そういうこと。だから動きたくても動けない私の代わりにあなたたちに頑張ってほしいわけ。
She holds her hand out to us as if offering something, but her palm is empty. Okay, that's not the ambrosia, I believe. Right? A second later, though, the space above her hand warps in the same way it does when Sophie appears, and an ornately decorated vial materializes in it. This is an artifact, right?
それは
アンブロシア。
Oh,
アーティファクトとの契約を破棄する契約。
I guess this is the ambrosia. I actually thought this was the artifact that's been cubed.
手放したと先ほどおっしゃっていましたね。なるほど、そのような薬が。
そう、あるの。あなたたち困っているんでしょ。魔眼の使い手に対抗する手段がないと。
はい。
I wonder if what Sophie said about the ambrosia being too powerful for us Earthlings is true. Because if that's true, this could actually kill Yoichi.
これが解決してくれるわ。ほんの少しでもこの霊薬を体内に注射するか飲ませてもいいわ。そうすれば無力化できる。あとは回収するだけ。戦う必要はない。簡単でしょ。
簡単か？
飲ませるために戦う必要がありそうですわね。
それはなんとか工夫しなさい。とにかくほら。
Would have been a lot more useful to give us this before we actually confront him in the first place. I barely managed to catch the vial before it hits the ground. Man, what a careless throw. Isn't this like super valuable? No, it's not. They have multiple of those.
それはあげる。使うかどうかはあなたたちの判断に任せるわ。まだ私のことは信用しきれないでしょうし、使わなくても責めたりしない。あなたたちの好きなように。回収したアーティファクトも、そうね、こちらに渡してほしいとお願いすることしかできない。ただ、私に組みすることで命が危ぶまれるのならいいわ。ソフィーティアに渡しちゃいなさい。人命優先ね。自分たちの命を一番大事に。私のお願いは二の次でいいわ。
Guess we'll see. I still don't trust you. You might be using reverse psychology on us.
そういうことでいいかしら。そっちから何か話したいことはある？
おおむね事情は分かったかな。
ですわね。魔眼のユーザーを攻略する手立てもいただきましたし。
じゃあ私は引っ込むわ。何かあったらいつでも呼んでちょうだい。
はい、わかりました。
それじゃあ最後くらいはしっかりしようかしら。こちらの不手際にもかかわらず無理難題を押し付けてしまい申し訳ありません。どうかよろしくお願いします。
She puts her hands on the ground and bows deeply. When she looks up again, the stigma on her forehead is gone.
疲れた。喉ガラガラする。神様喋りすぎでしょう。
イーリスさんに体を貸している間、先生の意識は
Should be, because she remembers the talk with us.
あるある。ぼんやりとだけどね。話もまあ大体は。
ありがとうございました。なんとかできるかは分かりませんが、してみようと思います。
本当に新見くんたちがやらなきゃいけないの？
と言いますと？
相当危ないことなんでしょ。神様も言ってたじゃん。自分を大事にって。
Doi musto is like, specifically what are you saying? So not really what she said right there.
新見くんたちが命を懸けなくてもいいんじゃない？義務も責任もないんだし。
そうなんですけどね。いや、責任はあるのかな。やり遂げたい理由があって。どうせ誰かがやらなくちゃいけないことなら、その役目は俺でありたいんです。
おお、珍しく熱血。
素敵ですわ、かける様。
いや
どうでもいいけど、かける様なんて呼ばせてんの？
Yeah, that is kind of creepy, but, I don't know.
自主的に呼んでいるだけですわ。
この子結構変わってるな。まあいいけど。危ないことはしないようにね。私もできることはするけど、危ないことには協力しないから。
わかりました。
なんかやらかす顔してるな。まあいいや、よくないけど。今日はもう帰りなね。私も疲れちゃった。
はい、ありがとうございました。
今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。
はいはい、お疲れお疲れ。おやすみ。
With that half-assed send-off, we leave the main hall. Alright, I am actually not going to continue to this next scene though, because I will be ending the episode right here.
セーブ画面です。
I'm surprised I didn't really get interrupted throughout the whole recording session, considering I was like interrupted 7 minutes on the previous recording session. But then again, I think my sister is just giving me some space because I did say I'm way too tired today. But yeah, I probably will be just sleeping after this, maybe for about an hour or two, and then I'm gonna go meet up with my sister again. But Since I need to actually combine this episode with the previous recording for the opening, it is going to still take some time for me to record this or upload this. So yeah, this might actually be uploaded tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. Though no uncensoring required just yet. Though I won't be so sure for the next episode or, you know, the next episode. But yeah, for people on YouTube that aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put the first episode previews of future playthroughs. Okay, with that said, guys, I think this is probably gonna be a decent like test run for an episode that I record outside. And yeah, do tell me if this is actually like pretty good or not. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, which is probably after I get back home from Malaysia. So see ya.